Hey, welcome to another Technology Paul. I haven't done one of these videos in a while, but today we're going to be looking at the best cell phone plans in Canada. I think it was a year ago when I last reviewed the available plans. You can check out that video if you want to compare what has changed and what hasn't in the last year. Without further ado, let's dig in. Now, just to set the stage, here's the carriers that we're going to be looking at. Bell, Fido, Freedom Mobile, Koodo, Rogers, Shaw Mobile, Telus, and Virgin Plus. We're only looking at postpaid carriers, no prepaid plans. And within these carriers, we're only looking at plans that offer 4G LTE or 5G. We're not messing around with any 3G speed capped plans. Nobody wants those plans, no matter how cheap they are. We're also only looking at plans with unlimited minutes and SMS messaging across Canada. There are still a few plans out there that cap your minutes or your text messages like it's 2005. Well, again, we're not messing around with those. Primarily, we're looking at just how much data are you going to get and any other perks of the plan that go above and beyond unlimited minutes and text messages. So with that said, let's go through what each carrier has to offer. Let's start with Bell. With Bell, it starts with a plan that gives you 25 gigabytes for $85. Then they have their Ultimate 45 plan, which gives you 45 gigabytes for $95. But it also comes with unlimited international SMS, as well as a 24-month subscription to Crave Mobile. I'm assuming that gives you access to the streaming service Crave, but only on your phone. Anyways, that's some interesting perks there. Then there's the Ultimate 50 plan, which of course is 50 gigabytes for $105. In this case, you also get the unlimited international SMS, the Crave Mobile subscription, but a very interesting perk is that you get your unlimited minutes, texts, and your data plan on both sides of the border in the US and Canada. So although it's expensive, this is potentially a huge value if you travel between the two countries frequently. But enough about Bell, let's turn to Fido. Starting all the way down at 2 gigabytes, which is just $37.50, so pretty cheap, but you're also not getting much here. You can get 4 gigabytes though for $41.25, 6 gigabytes for $45, 15 gigabytes for $60, and 20 gigabytes for $65. Despite having some weird dollar amounts in there, I'm not sure what's up with the $37.50 or the $41.25. Just make it a nice round number, Fido. But there is some deals to be had here. Now moving on to another big F, and that is Freedom Mobile. Now remember, with Freedom, as well as with Shaw Mobile, since they're sneakily the same company, they actually have a super small home network, limited to maybe 8 or 10 cities across Canada, Vancouver, Calgary, Edmonton, Toronto, and a few others. So when you buy a plan from Freedom, you'll get a certain amount of data for the home network, essentially in that city, and a certain amount of data when you're outside the city on the roaming network. So just keep that in mind. It's kind of a downside overall with Freedom, but as you will see, they try to make up for it in their pricing scheme. Now, you can get 15 gigabytes for $50, 18 gigabytes for $55, 25 gigabytes for $60, 30 gigabytes for $75, and 50 gigabytes for $90. Now, on the first 3 plans, you get just 1 gigabyte of data when you're outside the city. And on the $75 plan, you get 2 gigabytes of what they call nationwide data. And with the $90 plan, you get 4 gigabytes of nationwide. Definitely, there's some value here from Freedom, but it's certainly for a certain type of consumer with that home network being so small. The next discount carrier we should look at is Koodo. You can get a pretty small amount of data, 2 gigabytes for $37.50, 4 gigabytes for $41.25, another weird price point, honestly. You guys really need that extra 25 cents? Anyways, you can get 6 gigabytes for $45, 8 gigabytes for $55, 10 gigabytes for $60, and 15 gigabytes for $65. Koodo is on the Telus network, so you have pretty good coverage throughout the country, which they have certainly over the last carrier, Fido Mobile, for example. Now, back to one of the big guys, Rogers. They've only got 4 plans. 25 gigabytes for $85, 45 gigabytes for $95, 50 gigabytes for $105, and 100 gigabytes for $175. Wow, 100 gigabytes is nuts, man. Obviously, if you're on the road 100% of the time, then I guess that's the plan for you. But no normal person should even consider that plan. Now, in terms of perks, with Rogers Infinite 45, 50, or 100, you get unlimited calling to both Canada and the US, as well as unlimited international SMS. But not only that, you are also going to get 6 months of Disney Plus for free. Of course, you have to sign a 2-year contract to get that, but hey, it saves you a few bucks if you're already paying for Disney Plus. Okay, we're switching over to Shaw Mobile now. Again, just like Freedom, they have the home and away network situation. Now, Shaw has a cheap but kind of confusing price structure going on here. So let's dive in. Let's start with a phenomenal deal, 0 gigabytes for $15 a month. Yes, I am serious. You can literally pay Shaw $15 a month and get essentially nothing in return. Okay, you get calling and texting, but that's it. They call this plan by the gig. And if you want data, you can purchase it by the gigabyte for $10 per gigabyte. Each gigabyte you purchase lasts for 90 days unless you use it all before that. It's actually an interesting option if you rarely need mobile data. You can truly get a phone plan for ultra cheap. Now, they also have their 25 gigabyte plan, which includes 2 gigabytes of nationwide data for $85. To be honest, this deal isn't so great. It's the same as what Bell and Rogers are offering. And in fact, you can go to Shaw's sister company, Freedom, and get the same plan for $60. So definitely just do that. But wait, we're not done yet. Shaw offers home internet, right? We all know that. What does that have to do with cell phones though? Well, Shaw has decided that if you have their home internet, you can get special pricing on their phone plans. But they didn't want to keep it simple. They have 3 different price structures depending on how much you pay them for their home internet. If you're on one of Shaw's basic home internet plans, which you have to pay at least $79 for, you can get the by the gig plan for $10 a month and the 25 gigabyte plan for $45 a month. If you pay for Shaw Gigabit Internet at home, you can get by the gig mobile plan for $5 a month and the 25 gigabyte plan for just $40 a month. But wait, there is more. If you pay for Shaw Gig 1.5 home internet, their best home internet plan, which costs upward of $135, I should mention, you can get by the gig for actually $0 and the 25 gigabyte plan for just $25. Wow, okay, there's a lot of complexity with Shaw Mobile. It's kind of interesting. It's essentially a discount brand, which normally attracts people who want to pay the least, but in order to pay the least, you have to be paying the most for their home internet plans. I'm not sure exactly who the perfect consumer is in their mind, but it's an interesting entry into the market. All right, let's move on here. Let's talk Telus. Telus has 2 plans, essentially. 25 gigabytes for $85 or 50 gigabytes for $95. What's interesting is Telus is offering different download speeds on these 2 plans. On the $95 plan, they have what they call 5G Plus, which I'm sure is their own made-up marketing term, but it essentially offers up to 1 gigabit per second download speed, whereas the $85 plan only offers up to 250 megabits per second. Some might think the extra $10 is offering great value for those extra speeds. And others might say this is just a marketing gimmick to get more money out of us. And in reality, both of those hot takes are kind of true. Now, finally though, let's turn our attention to Virgin Plus. You can get 4 gigabytes for $41.25, 6 gigabytes for $45, 10 gigabytes for $60, and 15 gigabytes for $65. So there you go. That's kind of all the major plans that are available on the market. So what do you think? Are there any good deals to be had? Well, let's look at it a few ways. First off, what is the absolute lowest that you can pay? Technically, it's Shaw's $0 plan, the by the gig plan, but I'm not going to count that since you have to pay for their expensive home internet plan. So other than that, it's Fido and Koodo at $37.50 a month for 2 gigabytes. You're not getting a lot for that, but it is cheap. Now, another way I like to look at it is what's the lowest price per gigabyte? It's an interesting way to look at the plans, probably not all that useful, but here it goes. The absolute lowest price per gigabyte goes to Rogers Infinite 100 plan, which has a price per gigabyte of just $1.75. Yes, okay, the plan itself is $175 a month, but come on, that's some solid value. What about though the best additional features, the best perks essentially? Well, of all the plans that offer additional perks, I'd have to go with Bell's Ultimate 50 plan because you get to use your exact same plan in the US with no limits on calling, texting, or data, just like if you're in Canada. It's incredible value for anyone who needs to travel to the US. Okay, so that's all well and good, but what's the best overall plan that most consumers should get? Is there something that would just be the right choice for most people? Yes, actually. Most people, as of this recording, should get the 6 gigabyte plan from one of Fido, Kudo, or Virgin Plus. They all offer a 6 gigabyte plan for just $45. Most Canadians use less than 5 gigabytes of data per month, which makes this plan perfect for most people. There's no need to splurge on 25 or 50 gigabytes. 6 gigabytes, yes, that is enough. So save some money. Now, in terms of which of these 3 to pick from, you should probably research their networks in your area. But if you go by data from whistleout.ca, it looks like the Telus and Bell networks both have the most 4G LTE coverage, and Rogers is well behind. So if you want me to really spell it out, go get the 6 gigabyte plan from Kudo or Virgin Plus, since they run on the Telus and Bell networks respectively. But that's just my opinion based on the data that I can see. What are your thoughts on the best cell plans available in Canada? Do you think there's a better option out there for most people? And what does your plan offer for what price? I'm curious to know what kind of great deals people are getting out there. Let me know in the comments. Anyways, if you found this video interesting, click that like button. It helps other people find this content too, so they can also get a better deal on their cell phone plans, and it's hugely appreciated. And subscribe for more Technology Paul. I look into cell providers and other subscription services regularly, so if you're into that type of thing, I got you. Thanks so much, and we'll see you in the next one.